Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Dan here, and in today's episode, I have a bit of a special uh, tank. I bought a TOG, so I'm gonna get this replay started already. Uh, so I had a gift card that I wasn't planning on using over Christmas break, and I learned that you could cash it in on World of Tanks and trade it in for gold. So
Time to roll out.
I decided I'd do that, and with the money, I decided to purchase a TOG. It was also on sale at the time, so, you know, I felt that it was a nice purchase, and this was probably the 20th or 30th battle. Now, I had received a request not to speed things up as much, but as you can see, going downhill, the TOG is only hitting about 15 kilometers an hour. I'll probably do a full review on this tank once I get around to the 200 battle minimum requirement for me to do such, to do that. So instead, here's just a replay of the TOG. And so yeah, I'm going to speed this up because the TOG is so unbelievably slow. You should definitely not expect to be able to traverse the entire map and then return back if need be. So if your team is getting overrun on the other side of the map, your best bet is just to keep going because you don't have the speed to turn around and head back. So your best bet is definitely to just keep going. I mean, you have the most health of any tier 6 tank. And one-on-one, no other tank can match your firepower. So this tank is pretty much an unstoppable force. In order to take one down, you really have to have a team that cooperates well and knows to focus fire on the TOG. But then again, most players are like, ooh, a TOG, and then they shoot at it. For instance, one game I just got done doing, the enemy team's artillery spent the entire game shooting at me and no one else. So you can imagine how that went. He didn't even do a whole lot of damage to me anyway. So anyway, we're winning right now. I've only got one kill, but I'm about to make that 2. And you get a feeling for how fast this tank can fire. About one shot every 4.5 seconds. It's a pretty nasty gun, especially considering that 150 alpha damage. That definitely adds up after a while. It only takes about 6 shots to take someone down from 900 health. Granted, all shots have to penetrate and all of them have to do about the same amount of damage, but you know, you can whittle away at people's health very, very quickly while they're shooting at you and not able to do a whole lot. Now, the one special thing about this replay is, as you can see right now, I am sitting at 4 kills in a TOG. Getting 4 kills in a TOG is kind of difficult, especially considering it's such a slow target, and by the time you get to wherever you're going, your enemy team has likely already killed everything it's come across. So I'm sitting here like, okay, there's only one tank left, and it's the 88. I have no idea how much health this guy has, and I know he can fire pretty fast. And the last known location was up on the hill, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to head up there. But then I realize he's gone off the hill, and he's going after our poor medium tank, the M4. So I decide to go on the long journey back to that position in a tank that only goes about 14 kilometers an hour. And don't expect to be going very fast in this tank anyway, because going downhill, even a steep descent, you're probably only looking at about 15-16 kilometers an hour. It's not much different. So already got one shot into him. Someone tracks him for me. And at this point, I decide I'm just going to trade shots with this guy, because he really can't do a whole lot to me now. I've got more health than him, and even though we have roughly the same gun, he won't be able to take me down. So there we are, 5 kills in the TOG. Now, this is something a little crazy because considering it's such a slow tank, and by the time you get to wherever you're going, most tanks are probably already dead. Getting any more than 2 kills in this tank is actually kind of difficult, and I ended up getting Mastery Badge on this tank. And high caliber. I did over 2,000 damage with all of those shots. And I was just 1 kill short of getting the top gun. And I probably should have delayed my shot a little bit whenever I was taking on that T-150 and put the shot in after whatever was shooting next to me. I believe it was the Cromwell. I don't know. 5 kills, Mastery Badge, Top Gun. Well, not Top Gun. High caliber. Pretty good for being in a TOG. So the next replay I have selected is also another TOG video. I will load that up and I'll show you it in a second. Alright, so here we are with the next replay. I am in a Tier 7 match, and in fact, a little bit over a third of our teams are Tier 7. So this is the highest tier the TOG will be able to see, considering its premium matchmaking. And again, I'm going to speed this up a little bit for time's sake. And not to be very critical, but this team that I was on was pretty bad. Like, really, really bad. We were losing by, like, I think the most at one point we were losing by like 3 or 4 tanks. Mostly because our team just kind of rushed them, didn't devote enough tanks to specific areas, and then the tanks that did go there got overrun and killed. And I'm just going over to the corner because, hey, there's only, me and this J-Panther over here. So, I'm sitting here, and I noticed there's a KV-1. Luckily, the fast aiming time and rapid fire gun is capable of whittling away at his health pretty quickly. But it's a little difficult to get shots on him underneath the train. So I put another shot into him, and then he kind of ducks back into cover. So I am unable to get him at this point. And I'm noticing, okay, we're losing at this point, and they have already punched through to our base. This is not a very good match for us right now. So I'm going to switch back over to 1 speed because I'm like, okay, there's a lot of tanks over here, and we've tied up. But there are significantly more dangerous tanks still in the game, and I'm the only Tier 6 left on our team. There's a Tier 5, but he's a Tier 5 and a Tier 7 match. You can't really anticipate him lasting very long. We're still tied here, but yet again, they still have quite a few tanks left to lose. And here comes the significant loss. We're going to lose several tanks right here. Put one right into the side of the IS. And the penetration on this gun is also pretty good. We take a hit, likely from the artillery. So there we go. We're down by 3 kills, and I am the only Tier 6 left on our team. And I'm up against 2 enemy tanks, one of which has a rapid fire capability, sort of like me. I'm trying to prioritize my targets here. He's a one-shot kill, so I decide I'm going to go for him first. IS plants one in me, and he's definitely not going to get that second shot off because he's thinking, oh, why did I try taking on a TOG? So now I'm sitting here at 224 health out of my 1400. We're still losing, and they're at our base. So the IS-2 looks like he's about to head back. Put one into the T-37, who is trying to flank me. But being a TOG, I am able to at least slightly do something. So I'm sitting here now at 104 points of health. Another shot from him would likely kill me. And the KV-3 finishes him off for me. Now this is the part that gets a little scary for me. There's a T-29. Now he appears to be more focused on the KV-3, and he probably doesn't notice that I'm over here yet. likely not paying attention to the map, and you're gonna find out why in a second. So he misses. Fair enough. Players miss. I managed to get another shot into him. Now keep in mind, he's on full health, and I've only got 104. So I am on 1/14th of my health. Waiting for him to pop back out again. There he is. Plant one right into the front of him. I don't even know where he was aiming for at that point. I think he just gave up on a frustrated shot. Now I've got the capability of just continuously firing at him. Luckily this time he does not risk his shot. But I've only taken down about half of his health. And I'm still a one-shot kill for pretty much any tier 4 tank. And I don't have the armor to really support myself anyway. And I'm all by myself over here. Both tanks went back to reset the cap, which obviously was the priority, but I am all by myself. So the IS-2's like, okay, we're going to work together in this. But the T-29, I'm guessing, was referring to me, and he thinks that I'm playing my own game. No, I'm in a TOG. I can't go anywhere very fast. So there was no hope for me going back to the base. So I'm waiting here for the T-29, thinking he's going to kill me. Nope, he just puts one into the side of the building. So I put another one into the front of him. Feeling very, very worried at this point. So now he's at 169 points of health. Another one into him. And suddenly his superior armor and health doesn't appear to be helping him a whole lot. So it's just the bishop and the T-29 left. And he drives right into my shot. The best thing he could have done was right in the beginning, try charging my position. And, you know, overpowering me, because there was no way I would be able to keep up with the damage he'd do. Besides, he'd be able to one-shot me anyway. So that ended with a another mastery badge. So our T-29 tells their T-29 he was pretty bad, and I would have to agree. You don't do that when you're fighting a TOG. You rush the TOG and you kill him, because a one-on-one fight, the TOG might win, but the thing is that I didn't have a lot of health and he had all of his, so he did not think very well. So that is pretty much it for today, and sorry this isn't really a long episode. I didn't really have the time to record something overly long, but, you know, it's a TOG. It's kind of cool. And to anyone who says that the TOG is a bad tank, obviously you paid no attention to this video whatsoever. Yeah, it's got bad armor, but it's also got a lot of health and a really good gun. And you'd be surprised how many shots you can bounce in this thing. I've had so many tier 4s, tier 5s, and some even tier 6s bounce off of my armor. And plus, you know, being a tank destroyer driver, being able to have a turret for once is actually really nice. As I said, I'll probably do a full review of this tank in the future, but until then, I would like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.